Welcome to Movie Obscura with Adrian and Kelly. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Kelly.
This week we are doing another special episode of Movie Obscura. This week we are doing the top 10 most terrifying characters of all time.
Oh, we're doing the top 10 most terrifying?
What do you thought we were doing?
Disney.
Okay.
Shit, now I gotta change my list.
You wanted? Oh, well, I could do Disney right off the cuff.
The Tall Man?
I have no idea what the Tall Man is.
Oh, don't worry about it. Okay.
We did a list. We did a top 10 list of what we thought were not so much the most iconic characters, the ones that terrified us the most.
Especially as a kid.
That's what I would basically go. Yeah, basically when I was a kid.
Yeah, through my teen years.
Right.
The movies I watched, it was kind of the ones that kind of stuck in my mind the most.
We're gonna go now. Obviously we're gonna get a lot of hate mail on this because because we probably a lot of these people won't even realize what characters we're talking about. So we can go right down here from the list.
Yeah,
start from 10 to 1.
Yeah, 10 to 1.
And I've got number 10. I've got Pinhead down as number 10.
Holy crap, he's that far down on your list?
Yes. Hellraiser, I believe there was 4 movies of Hellraiser.
Oh, no. We're on our 9th movie of Hellraiser. But, I mean, it's not...
I've lost count after
the fourth movie was the one on the space station.
Okay.
Yeah, that one where they went back into time and kept talking about his ancestors and everything. But really, number 10.
Pinhead, he just wasn't. He was a unique character, but he just wasn't as frightening as the other ones that I've got on this list.
I thought for the reasons that they didn't have him in all the scenes, and he was more kind of a background player. That's what terrified me about him.
And they also added that female Hellraiser, and that really kind of threw off.
He made him.
I know, but it still kind of threw me off. I did enjoy the first Hellraiser. That was
was a good play,
and that's why
then it worked right into number 2,
yes,
which I liked.
And that's why I kind of put him down so further because it was only the first 2 movies that really terrified me.
Yeah. If you get into it, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a new one that came out last year. Number 9.
I did not. Oh, they had a new Hellraiser.
Well, they found him in Mexico this time. But it's an entirely different Pinhead. It's not the same guy that played him originally.
What number do you have on the list?
I have him as number 4.
Wow! Really?
I love the Hellraiser movies, and I like Pinhead. Always have.
Okay. Wow. That's like I said. Now, keep in mind, guys, we did not discuss this.
No,
we did not discuss this.
We discussed doing this podcast, doing this one, we did say, we'll keep our lists separate, and we won't tell each other until the day of the actual recording. So here we are.
All right, number 9.
Hey, can I do my number 10 next?
I'm sorry. I thought since I was right about mine and you were so wrong, you would just go over to my number 9. Go ahead with your number 10 there, Kelly.
My number 10 is The Tall Man, Adrian.
And what movie is that from?
From The Phantasm.
Ah, yes.
The little steel balls.
Yes, those balls.
Creepy
that
old
guy.
mortician.
I don't know what his name was.
The Tall Man.
Yes, but no, I don't know what. Who played that character?
Yeah, neither do I.
But that guy and that ball chasing those people creeped me out.
In the original Phantasm, he was just a mortician, some creepy old dude that these 2 kids walked in on, and he would kill people, then use their bodies to build up his dwarf minion army.
That guy was. He looks like a deformed Martin Landau. He really does.
There you go. That's really good description. Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I had him on the list when I first did my rough draft.
Did you?
But I took him out for a different guy, and I will let you know what person. The person that I took him out, it was number 5.
Really?
The Tall Man was at number 5.
Holy cow!
But I took someone out because Phantasm scared the crap out of me.
Those are good movies. Okay. The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
As in all sequels and trilogies, they just kind of go downhill.
Yes,
not all.
Except for there's a character I got where I thought the sequels picked up and were much better than the original.
Oh, really?
There is one.
Okay.
character.
All right.
On
Well,
that.
what's your number 9?
Number 9, I have Leatherface.
Jesus Christ! All the way down to number 9.
Number 9 was Leatherface.
Wow. This is another one out of my childhood that scared the hell out of me.
And where do you have him at?
Number 3.
Boy, you're going to be really disappointed when you read my
I
top
am
3.
really gonna be disappointed.
Wow.
Yeah, I've always liked Leatherface.
Leatherface, the only reason why I have him down so low is because of the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of talking with that guy. He ran around with a chainsaw
No, but
and just screamed incoherently.
yeah. But the thing that always bugged me the most about him is the fact that he wore human flesh to cover his face.
Now I did have a character on this sheet that I took off, Ed Gein, who was the original Leatherface in real life.
Yeah,
That's where Leatherface
Have you
came
ever
out.
seen that movie?
I
on
have said
Netflix?
yes. I have said
Yeah.
I owned Ed Gein actually.
Oh,
and,
did you?
Yes, I did, and it was the real Leatherface.
Yeah.
They took the Leatherface genre from Ed Gein,
Mm-hmm.
and but if they would have had him maybe talk a little more, I thought he'd be a little more terrifying.
Yeah, but he was more
just screaming
he was
incoherently,
the
wielding a
muscle.
chainsaw.
He was the muscle for the family.
Yes, he was.
Basically,
Yes.
that's all he was.
Yes, but he did look terrifying. But on this list, I think there's just more terrifying characters.
Yeah.
Who do you have? Who do you have for number 9?
My is not so much a who, but a what. The Necromonicon from the Evil Dead, or the Book of the Dead, is my number 9.
Okay, all right, I got you.
I call him a villain. I mean, I understand it's not like killing people, but that's the only way that the spirits of the woods come about is through the book. So I actually use the book.
The book.
As a villain.
You maybe have the necromancer as the author of the book, but you have the actual book.
The Book of the Dead, being my number 9 horror villain.
And for all you people out there, never open that book.
No, do not read this book. I love that movie though.
Bruce Campbell.
I almost put down the evil Ash from the second one.
Bruce Campbell as Ash, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead. The guy was great.
Yeah.
Well, give me some sugar, baby.
Some sugar, baby.
Okay.
Number 8.
Number 8. He's on here. He's iconic. He's well known. Everybody knows who he is. He wasn't as frightening. He was more frightening for me than Leatherface or Pinhead. Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I got him, but he's my number 5.
Freddy Krueger, the first Nightmare on Elm Street by far was the scariest one of all time.
See, and this is where my love for horror movies began, is through Krueger.
Yes, Freddy Krueger was kind of, in our generation, the godfather of all terrifying characters.
Jason and Mike.
Yes, and I was extremely frightened on the first one, and then after when they got to the second and third one, they were okay. But the fourth, fifth, and sixth, he was more of a comedian. He was more of a comedian.
The whole rest of the series was well. Again, I guess. Yeah, fourth, fifth, and sixth probably were basically that's all he was comedic relief.
Yeah. I mean, he's sitting there stomping on a guy, and he goes, "Great graphics," because he's a video game now, and he's stomping the hell out of that poor guy.
Spencer's all, let's trip out, Spencer. Yeah, that was the dumbest damn movie. I hated that one.
Yeah. So the first one, and like I said, it creeped me out so well that I have him down above Leatherface and Pinhead.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, he's more of a comic relief in the later
latter
films.
Yeah. But he was my, like I said, he was
the first.
Yeah.
He was the reason. And
he was my first.
Yeah, and he was kind of the reason why I continue to love horror films.
Yeah.
Robert Englund played Freddy Krueger, and he did a hell of a job with it. I haven't seen him in anything else.
Inside tip. Robert Englund in 2001 Maniacs, a Eli Roth film. That's a good movie.
Now,
once again, it's full of comedy. It's not really a horror movie, but It's great.
Now
great.
the guy that played Rorschach in The Watchmen, Jackie Healy Earl or Thomas, his last name, I can't remember. He was the guy from the Bad News Bears.
Okay.
Played Rorschach in Watchmen. Is the new Freddy Krueger in the remake.
Oh, was he?
A lot of people said that was a very, very horrible movie. The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
I wouldn't go as far as saying horrible. It was just they got to stop doing the remake.
I didn't watch the remake because, like I said, you're not going to get the same terror from the first one.
You're not.
Who do you have for number 8, Kelly?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter. Oh yeah, Silence of the Lambs. That guy. He's not on my list.
He's not on your. I put him on my list. That guy's just always creeping me out. Uber intelligent. I mean, the guy's just incredibly a genius.
Yes.
He has psychology. So not only does he kill you, but he fucks with your head before he kills you.
Yes.
And like the theme of a lot of the stuff we're into, he likes to eat people too.
We've got to a lot of movies where humans are getting eaten. So yeah,
it seems to be that way. But yeah, I've always dug that movie, and I like Hannibal just because he doesn't just kill willy-nilly. He kills people that are either rude or make the world not a beautiful place.
And Anthony Hopkins
Yep.
played him, and he did such an excellent role in Hannibal Lecter.
Yep.
Number 7, I have, and I don't know his name. I don't think he has a name because there's several people that play him in the movie itself.
Really?
Yes.
What's the movie?
Scream. The Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface is
Ghostface
is what they call him.
Ghostface.
Really?
Not because of the character that played him or the different characters played him. The mask itself, it was creepy as all get out. But Wes Craven made a horror movie that could actually happen. With the distortion of the voice, it was so smooth, so mechanic, so menacing.
Yeah.
First watched this movie, it creeped me out so bad.
Okay.
So when I first watched Scream, loved it, and this was the first horror movie that I witnessed that could actually happen that creeped me out. So I've got Ghostface as my number 7.
Huh. All right.
You probably don't even have Ghostface.
I don't. I thought about it a couple times. I'm just like, that genre of movie, I mean, granted, the first Scream, I enjoyed it, but I couldn't get into the rest of them. But that genre of movie,
and that's now 2, 7, 8, both by Wes Craven. For me.
All right. You ready for my number 7?
Who is your number 7?
Mick Taylor.
Mick Taylor. And what movie is that from?
Wolf Creek.
I have never seen Wolf Creek.
Oh, my Lord. It's Mick Taylor. This big, burly Aussie dude. Okay? Charming fellow. But, I mean, he's got the rolled up flannel shirt on, just looking like a workman. But you just cross him. You cut in front of him at the line, he'll take you out right there. Don't care who's around watching or anything. Mick Taylor, complete evil.
So we kind of got 7 as an actual
person.
Well, yeah, that could actually happen.
Yeah.
A horror movie that could actually happen.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
need to watch Wolf Creek.
I will watch Wolf Creek.
They just came out with the second one that I just watched 3 weeks ago, and wasn't that bad. A lot more Mick Taylor in it. I liked.
Okay.
It was pretty creepy.
Number 6, I have Jason Voorhees. Woo!
So do I.
Nailed it. There it is. Jason Voorhees. Like I said, kind of the same thing with Freddy Krueger. Obviously, in the first Friday the 13th, it wasn't Jason that was the killer. It was the mother.
Right.
We are aware of this. But afterwards, Jason, the sequel, he had the burlap sack. Then he went with the hockey mask, and that's when it terrified me.
when he became that iconic horror
Yes, with the mask.
Monster.
Yes.
Oh,
And
you can call him a monster too.
He is a monster. Every single Friday the 13th movie, in one way or another, except for the one that he was in space.
Oh my God!
And
Jason X.
Why is it that every single horror movie goes into space? Pinhead, Leprechaun. The finger, the finger goes up as an asteroid. The finger goes up. I'm not. And now Jason in space. Why do they go in space? What is that?
I've yet to be able to figure it out. I guess they got to draw in the Star Trek audience or the Star Wars audience. I don't know. But they always seem to do that, don't they? That was such a bad movie.
Yes.
When the kids, they were on a field trip and they find him frozen with that chick.
Oh, and then another one I didn't like was when he looked at when it says when Freddy goes to hell. That was horrible. Because
isn't at the end of Freddy versus Freddy goes no wait.
No, Jason goes to hell.
Jason goes to hell. That's when
Freddy grabs Freddy's hand,
and then you get the Jason versus Freddy.
Yes.
Several years after.
Yes, but they put that in there as that.
Oh, they could have done that so much better too.
Oh, I know that one. I was so pumped to see it.
I was too, to watch the two colossal horror monsters fight it out.
Yes, it's like it was like King Kong versus Godzilla. It was great, but it sucked. Tale of the tape they had on the internet, how many people they killed, how many times they died.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Jason down as number 6.
Well, me too. Then we know my number 5 and my number 4. 4 being Pinhead, 5 being Krueger.
Okay, well I've got number 5. This is the guy. This is the one that took the tall man out.
Okay.
And the only reason why I put him on the list is because the first one creeped me out. But I'm going to tell you why this person's down below her. Now this next character that I'm going to say. Most of the movie critics of a higher standard has named this the scariest movie of all time.
Kind of interesting now.
And the only reason why I would say yes, it creeped me out the first time I saw it. But then the next 2 films they did took out the real majestic of this character, which is why this person dropped down to number 5. But I think he deserved to be on the list. And that is Jaws.
Okay. What's your number 4?
That's all you're going to say? That's all you're going to say? You know what, my number 5?
I never liked Jaws.
What's wrong with Jaws? It was creepy and all get out.
It's a goddamn fish, dude.
It's a shark. It's not a fish.
It's a fish. It breathes underwater. It's a fish. I mean...
The only reason why this thing, okay, the only reason, I'm done talking to you. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. He's gone. He's leaving. He is leaving. Jaws, and there goes his list. The only reason why I put, now, the Jaws was number 5. The only reason why I have him down as number 5 is because in the second and the third one, it's a different great white. It wasn't the original one. And I think that really took the away from the character. So that is why I have Jaws as number 5. Number 4 is the character.
Are you done with Jaws? Can I come in?
Yes, you can come back in, ladies and
right.
gentlemen. He's back. Okay, the number 4.
All right, now let's go back to Jaws here.
Okay, why don't you like Jaws?
I've watched it several times. I've never been scared by it. It never once scared me. I've watched several different shark movies and none of them scared me. It's just something about it looks mechanical to me.
Well, Sharknado was a
Sharknado.
Sharknado was a horrible.
We're making a Sharknado too, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
we are. All right, what's your number 4?
I won't be watching that. Number 4, I got from the Saw series, Jigsaw.
Oh, Jigsaw, of course.
Now I don't know if he's on your list. You threw your list.
I don't know where my list is.
Your list is over there on your laptop there. Jigsaw I got as number 4. Not the character Jigsaw, but the puppet was the one that creeped me out. on.
Oh yeah,
That thing creeped me out.
The thing on the tricycle and
yes,
everything. Yeah.
that was the first time I saw the preview do that. I saw that character. It creeped me out. I had to watch it. And that's the movies that I thought were greater as the sequels went on because it got more and more torturous. The mazes he put these people through.
Yeah.
So not Jigsaw himself, the character, but the puppet Jigsaw was the thing that creeped me out. And that's why I got him number 4. Do you have Jigsaw?
I don't have Jigsaw anywhere on my list.
Did you enjoy the Saws?
I did. I liked them. They got a little weird after a while.
Yeah.
They started to get kind of convoluted and kind of complicated to be able to follow.
I think when they killed him off too soon.
Yeah, but he still lived through everybody else.
Yeah, but they had to go back.
And keep retelling or telling his story.
Yes, and I thought, and it kind of threw me off because then number 4 and number 5 kind of conflicted with number 3.
Yep.
And it was just so.
It was weird. It was weird. I gotta find my list.
You threw it.
I know I did.
We're off. We're off camera.
Calm down.
All right.
All right.
Are they gonna see that?
No.
All right.
Would you stop being so grumpy because I don't like Jaws?
Can't believe you don't like Jaws. All right, number 3 I have. Number 3, also people have named this as one of the scariest movies of all time.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Aliens.
Oh, yours is number 3? Yeah, she's my number 2. The Alien Queen?
Yes, the Queen of the Aliens.
Yeah. She's my number 2.
I have, and the first one and the second one absolutely creeped me out. They were great. They were awesome movies. And
I actually enjoyed number 3 as well.
Number 3, you're right. Yes,
I enjoyed that. Number 4 was too. I don't know.
The Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, that was 2 space pirates in space.
Once again, aliens in space, and we
had all of it was in space. Yeah. But I mean, when they.
But I did like Aliens 1 just totally creeped me out.
Alien was freaking outstanding.
Love the Aliens movies. They were all great, and they were all absolutely terrifying.
I might actually have to watch that this afternoon.
Great movies. If you ever get the chance to, if you haven't watched Aliens, you're definitely missing out.
So we do actually have quite a few on our list that are
just different,
just at different spots.
Number 2. And I think, have you said your number 2 yet?
Yes, it was the Alien Queen.
Okay, so what is your number 3?
My number 3 was Leatherface.
Okay, so we have number 3 already.
We got all that.
All right, my number 2 was the one. Now I said Freddy Krueger was the one that first started getting me in this. This character was in the same genre, but this is the one that kept me up at night. Because not only was he scary looking, he was just unstoppable. Michael Myers.
Oh, yes. Once again, kind of like a Jason Voorhees, but he did not come from the dead.
He was.
I don't get why he cannot die.
No,
is that because he's that freaking twisted?
It was, and the mask that he wore, of just
creepy.
That white face,
with
the dead shot eyes, terrifying. Horrified me. Kept me up
I
at
know
night.
that this is sacrilege to say, but I liked Zombies remakes of the first of Halloween 1 and 2.
Yes.
I liked those. They were nice and gritty. And
yes.
They looked good.
Yeah, well, Rob Zombie, his movies are always on that edge of the envelope.
Yeah.
And he pushes that envelope, and it's what horror fans want.
Yeah. And his Michael Myers was a lot different than the original. The original, in my opinion, is still, that Michael Myers is still more terrifying.
Absolutely.
He's just, I don't know, there's just something about the expressionless face of that mask.
Yes.
And he just
that
wandered.
was the mask was the mask that did me in, and those just dull dead shut eyes. Absolutely horrifying.
God. It was creepy as hell.
Horrifying. I did like Michael Myers. Now my number 1.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you have this as number 1, but this one has also been labeled as the scariest movie of all time, and I left watching after that. I left the room shaking.
Oh my goodness!
The movie is The Exorcist.
Oh, son of a bitch! I wish I would have chose that. I thought about that little girl, but. I thought, if we talked about that, I'd have to talk about the masturbation scene with the crucifix, and that'd get dirty. So,
Yeah, I mean,
what is it about The Exorcist that
The Exorcist? Well, The Exorcist. What creeped me out the most about it is the fact that the strong religions that I have,
yeah,
and just watching that go through that, that's I think what creeped me out the most about it. And at the end of what happens when the priest pretty much throws himself through the window,
yeah.
It was shocking when I first watched it.
Okay, how about The Omen? Did you ever get creeped out watching little Damien?
Yes, The Omen as well.
Yeah.
Just all those movies that come with a religious background to it really gets to me.
All right. How about okay, you got the Right with Anthony Hopkins. You ever seen that?
Yes, I have seen that.
Did you like that movie?
No.
No? You didn't like that one either?
No, that was...
Was it way too drawn out for you?
No, not only that, that one I thought the writer was really trying to make a point, almost kind of like Devil's Advocate.
What is your deal with Devil's Advocate? You've never really been into that flick, have you?
No.
See, I always dug that movie.
I think the reasons why, but like Anthony Hopkins and Al Pacino, they were just it almost made me believe that they were actually believing what they were great actors. Right?
Oh yeah.
It actually made me believe that's what they actually thought. When
really?
Yeah, because they're so good.
Yeah.
Al Pacino calls God an absentee landlord.
Yeah.
Worship that? Never. I'm like, whoa, hey, and almost they're so good that they made me believe that's what they actually thought because they're such good actors.
Okay.
So movies that kind
What about Stigmata?
I've never seen Stigmata.
The lead character from The Usual Suspects. He's a priest in that movie.
He was also End of Days.
End of Days, yeah.
Oh, God, I can't remember his name.
All right,
yes.
yeah.
Who was your...
My number one, Pennywise. The clown.
I was gonna put him in. I was gonna put him in.
Were you gonna go top 5 at least with him?
I was gonna put him in top 5. The only reason why I did not put Pennywise in is because there was not enough scenes with him in the clown form. The clown form was the one that creeped me out.
The clown form, I mean, the fact
this
guy always creeped me out because he's everywhere.
Yes.
He is. You cannot, awake, asleep, halfway around the world. This guy is constantly able to get at you. No matter where you're at. You looking at a damn book and he can pop out.
Yep.
Then he's not only a clown, freaking huge ass spider.
See, that's what threw me off. I was hoping now I'm not talking about the book. We're talking about
with
the movie.
Deadlights, yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about when
the movie character Pennywise.
Yes. When they destroyed him as the spider, I wanted him to be destroyed as the clown.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because the clown was the one. The spider did not creep me out. The clown creeped me out.
Really, I have both of them. No, just knowing that they're one and the same, just creeped me out.
Tim Curry played the excellent Pennywise. I wish he was in the movie. I wish he was in movies. He was in the movie more because he was such a frightening character.
Oh, it was. Pennywise has always creeped me out. Of course, it's one of those movies I watched with my sister and my mom when I was way too young to be watching this.
Yes.
That and The Thing.
Yeah.
If we did a top 11, The Thing would be.
Well, if you want to do number 11, that's
yeah.
My number 11 would have been every movie that Hulk Hogan acted in.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just happened to watch Gremlins 2 the other day.
Yeah.
When he stands up in the theater.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Completely horrifying.
Yeah. Oh, I had almost put that at the top of the list.
Yeah. Stick to wrestling, Hulkster. All right, well, there you go. That is the list of our top 10. There's some notables that we didn't that I wanted to share with you. Besides the Hulkster, there's other characters that that terrified me, like I was talking about, like the tall man that didn't make the list.
Well, you made my list.
Yep, he made your list. There was other character, for instance, some of them that were not as scary, but were
Still,
like the Leprechaun. Not scary, funny.
Yeah, he was a very funny character.
You know, and
those are still, I mean, even the space one, they're still kind of fun movies to sit down and watch.
Right. If
when
you
ever going to waste an hour and a half of your life, why the hell not?
If you're ever going to see, if you're ever going to watch Leprechaun, you know, he loves to shine the shoes. I love that.
Oh my God!
Shine!
I can't think of her name from Friends.
Oh, yes, her first movie, Jennifer Aniston. Was in the first one.
Yeah, she was in the first one.
Yes. And another character that didn't make the list that I wouldn't say not really scary, but a lot of people were creeped out was Chucky from Child's Play.
Yeah, another one of those kind of funnier than horrifying characters.
And
the further that thing goes on,
it got really out of whack.
But they tried to revamp it with that remake, where they made it all dark and stuck in just one house. I mean, it was the whole thing was shot in a house, in a dark wooden floors, it was a very dark house. But it was horrible, just horrible.
Yeah, I never did really. I never really did get into that. Also, I think now, Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, are we going to do the classical monsters from back in the day?
Oh, well, definitely. I
mean, I can name them off right now.
Well, you got Dracula, the Mummy. You got Frankenstein's monster. You have the Swamp Thing.
The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
The Bride of Frankenstein. The Phantom of the Opera. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
You all those ones were. All those were from Universal Studios.
That's Universal Monsters.
The
Wolfman. Yeah.
All those ones.
You can basically watch Hotel Transylvania.
Yes, there you go.
And every one of the Universal Monsters is in that.
Yeah, the Blob was. We forgot about the Blob. That one, those classical movies, I watched them and I loved them. Yeah. And I've seen them all. And
here's a question: how about nowadays? Can you still sit down and watch them?
I did. I actually did. I just actually sat down.
Really?
If anyone who has basic cable TV has Turner Classic Movies, the time to watch that is during Halloween, the month of October, because they show all those movies. Loved them.
Must be nice having cable.
It's very nice. But I love those movies. Now, before we sign off in this episode, the last special episode we did was a debate on Star Wars and the theatrical releases versus the special editions that came out. We put the vote to the viewers on what they thought was better. And
I think this is great, ladies and gentlemen. This is great.
And at the end of the voting, it seems the viewers were agreeing with Kelly more than myself.
Really? Why is that?
The theatrical releases, they believed, were better than the CGI added scenes. So I'm here to eat crow.
Well, can I just pick one random one out here?
Go right ahead.
I just love this one. This is a really good one. This is from Cortez. Cortez says, I agree with both of you on different issues. I think the added CGI shit adds nothing to the movie. In fact, for me, it detracts me from the movie. Just like I said, how it kind of takes me out. I remember the first time I willingly watched the movie was with the DVD version my dad had and didn't know that the SE altered the movie. SE being special editions. When I saw the CGI junk in the Mos Eisley, I was like, what the hell is this? And then he didn't understand it was off-putting and whatnot. And anything that detracts from that experience, in my opinion, is a big no-no, just like I said. And to me, whenever I see anything he added, it's like the movie is screaming at me, look, new stuff, this doesn't belong here, isn't it great? And then he put in an edit. Well, apparently, I guess I agree with Kelly more. I love it.
And
I
now,
love it.
and now you have the update that they are releasing the theatrical release.
That's
of that.
right. Disney's going to be releasing the Star Wars theatrical editions on Blu-ray, which is incredibly awesome. I think next year they're going to be releasing that with the release of the new Abrams, right?
Yes.
Abrams Star Trek or Star Wars.
Anything for Disney to make more money. That's
Well,
they have to come back after the $90 billion they used to buy the Star Wars franchise. Coming up episodes of Movie Obscura, as we have discussed before, we are going to
the Collector. And the
yes,
Collection.
the Collector and the Collection, and if we had a viewer suggest Amazon Women
From
the Moon, 80s movie, very good.
That's what you keep telling me, and we got to figure out how we're going to dig up a copy because you say it's not on DVD.
It's not on DVD.
So we have to figure out how we're going to find a VHS copy of this movie.
Yes, and I do want to thank everyone who has tuned in and watched our show. We do appreciate it. Please continue to do so.
Yes, thank you.
And
very
we
much.
want your opinion on this particular episode. Was our list way off the charts? Who did we miss?
Or
do you agree
Adrian
with Kelly?
came up with a great idea about making that.
We want to be more of an interactive show.
Right.
So what we were thinking of is give us your suggestions of what movies that we may be missing, and go from there and see what the viewers want us to watch. And we will have a board with the names of the movies that you guys have, 10 or 12, whatever, how many we get.
Yeah.
And do a top 10 list of the viewer's choice, so to speak.
Right.
And we'll be more than happy to watch them, more than happy to review them, and see what our viewers would want us to watch.
Right.
Almost like a top 10. Have them vote if they want.
Have them vote on the top 10 or the next 10 movies that we watch. And the one with the most votes is going to be our first one. We'll just move on down the list. We'll watch all 10 of them.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right. So we're gonna start off with the Collector and the Collection.
Because that's already been planned.
Yep. And
now all we need to do is get you to stay awake during it.
Exactly. The one that we keep talking about.
Man, you just keep jumping right over top of that. All right. Go ahead.
One we keep talking about that we're going to do, we haven't done it yet, and that is Offspring. Are we going to do the Offspring, yes or no, Kelly?
I don't want to.
You know what? We don't want.
I don't want to have to watch it again. We can sum it up. We can sum up the review. It was a horrible movie.
Let's do it this way, since we've been talking about it. Let's do a special 2-in-1 edition of Movie Obscura.
All right.
Offspring and the Woman.
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen The Woman yet.
We'll do that.
All right. We can do both of those then.
What are you looking at? Oh, sorry. All right. I'm sorry. The person was looking at me. What do you want me to do?
You didn't mean to yell at your mom.
Oh, my God.
Well, for Movie Obscura, I'm Kelly.
I'm Adrian.
We out. Shit. Now we out. Shit.